Hi friends, Mrs. Emery here. As some of you know, one of my favorite things to do in the school year is egg hatching, and it is that time of year. So I just got last night 7 duck eggs and we're gonna hatch them. So I put them in my incubator, so they're over here nice, tucked in warm. The ducks had already been sitting on them for I think about a week, so usually it takes ducks 28 days to hatch. So we're already 1 week in, I believe, but I'm not exactly sure, but I'm guessing 1 week in after I candled and looked inside how much growth there was. So we have about 3 weeks left for them to hatch. Now, if you want to follow along, please print off the hatch calendar and you can start your own countdown at home. Now, to make things a little bit more exciting, you can even color the days in using a pattern. So I did one that is an ABC pattern. I have blue, pink, green. I have 3 different colors, ABC, and then it repeats. You can choose your own pattern. If you want to make it easier, just choose 2 colors. And if you want to make it harder, that's okay too. So you can follow along. By the time you get this video, we will be on day 10. So fill it in on Thursday to day 10. So that's pretty exciting. Here are the eggs in the incubator. Now I've already gone ahead and I've candled them on day 7 and day 8. So you're gonna see that just up next. Candling means we hold a light up to them and we look inside to see how much they're growing. And you're gonna find this so cool. If you haven't seen this, if you haven't seen this before, this is a very cool thing to do, candling and looking inside the egg as they grow. I'll keep you updated with more updates as the days go on and I candle them more, and hopefully we'll be able to see a foot eventually in there and all those cool things. All right, take a look at candling the egg. So this is egg 1, and as you can see, it is growing, and I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's actually a flickering heart there, already flickering and pumping. And then you can see the blood vessels, the veins growing. This little guy is doing really well. Egg 1. This is egg 2, and as you can see, egg 2 is growing really well, and you can even see the flickering heart there even better in this one. Egg 3 looks really healthy. You can see that flickering heart right in the middle there, lots of good blood vessels growing. Egg 4 is also doing really, really well. It looks even bigger than the other ones. Egg 5 is really growing well. You can see it's actually pretty big right now. And in this one looks like it's actually maybe a day or a couple days ahead of the other ones, because you can actually see a black spot right where my thumb is right there. It's very, very tiny, but you can see a little bit of a black spot. That's its eyeball. That's its eye growing right there. So you can see the flickering heart in the body here, but then there is a black little spot there. That's the beginning of the eye growing. This is egg 6, and this is actually what an unfertilized egg looks like. So it does not look like this egg was ever fertilized. You can just see the yellow yolk and the egg white part here. And there's nothing else there. There's nothing growing, there's no circle, there's no nothing. So this one doesn't look like it was ever actually fertilized. So I'll keep it in there in case it starts growing and it just needs a couple more days. But I don't think egg 6 has a baby inside of it. Egg 7 looks like it is growing well. You can see the heart pumping right there in the middle, and it's starting to grow a little body that you can see kind of like the U shape there, and it looks like there's an eye very faintly just starting to grow there at the top. So this is called an egg incubator, and this is where we put the eggs into and we keep them warm. So as you can see, we plug this into the wall to get energy, so to use the electricity. Inside here, we have slots where we're going to put our eggs into. And what we use to keep the eggs nice and warm is the electricity for heat, but also underneath here, we're going to add some water down here. And the water is going to make it humid. So when it gets hot, the water, remember we talked about the water cycle and how it evaporates when it gets hot? So the water we put down here is going to evaporate because we're going to make it really warm in there. And then it's going to, when it evaporates, it makes the air humid. So it means that the air has water in it. And that's what we need. We need it to be warm and humid for the eggs to be able to hatch. That's what they need to grow. So we're going to have to make sure that that middle column stays full of water. All right, so I'm about to turn it on, and I want you to watch what happens when I plug this in and turn it on. Okay, so watch carefully.
Do you see the tray moving? The tray is moving because it's going to be turning our eggs. It forces the eggs to roll over. It's very important to turn our eggs because when a mother hen lays on her eggs, she actually gets up and she'll turn and move her eggs around in the nest. So this is mimicking that motion.